GPT 5.6 just released today with Luna, Terra, and Soul, the new flagship models from OpenAI. And you're going to see a lot of videos on your timeline comparing those models to Claude, Fable 5, and the other models. And you want to know which model should I actually choose, or how do I know which model is the best? And this is something that's important to everybody because everyone wants to use the highest level of intelligence and no one wants to feel left behind. And there are a lot of things that you have to consider when you're choosing the right model to work with and for what task. But there are two things that make it more difficult to choose the right model more than anything today. Number one is the benchmarks. Nobody trusts them anymore. So even though we may have a benchmark saying that this model is as good as another model, we don't necessarily trust it or run with it. We want to try the models out for ourselves. And that's the second problem. Most of the people making videos about these two models and compare them today are talking about their personal experience. And their experience, 9 times out of 10, is going to be completely different from yours if you're a knowledge worker. Most of the videos you're going to see today are about 3D video games that people one-shot it with Fable 5 and try to do the same thing with GPT 5.6. And that's great, I guess, if you're a developer. But if you're a knowledge worker, you're an accountant, you're a coach, a consultant, a course creator, then those things really don't hold a lot of weight for you. When you use Fable 5 or GPT 5.6, it's not generating code for you that's right or wrong. It's generating knowledge work. And when it comes to knowledge work, it's not about right or wrong. It's about good, better, and best. Sometimes you can look at it and tell what's good, what's better, and what's best. But most of the time, you're going to have to take that knowledge work out into the real world and test it and see what actually works. And that's why a lot of these reviews today can be misleading if you're a knowledge worker, because these agentic harnesses, they're not just built for people who use code. They're built for people who do knowledge work, but most of the content that you're going to see around these tools is only going to be from the developers, the software engineers, or the vibe coders perspective. It's not going to be from the perspective of a knowledge worker. So I want to give you a simple 3-step system that you can use to compare Claude Fable 5 with GPT 5.6, Luna, Terra, or Soul, and determine which one is going to be the best one for you. But before we walk through that system, let me warn you about one thing that everybody's overlooking with AI. There was a saying by Isocrates, I believe it is, that says that the ability to speak well is the surest indication of a sound intelligence, or something very close to that. Basically, when we hear someone who has the capacity or the ability to speak well, we automatically assume that they're intelligent. And that's not always the case, and you know that. But unless you're consciously aware of that and you keep your guard up, it's easy for a large language model to sound intelligent. But if you take that same output that the model gives you, whether it's Claude Fable 5 or GPT 5.6, and you pass it off to another model and you ask it to look for the logical flaws, it's going to find them. And if you take those logical flaws and you bring them back to the original model, it's not going to fight you on those issues most of the time. Sometimes the models will stand their ground and they'll argue their point back and forth. But most of the time, it's going to admit, yes, I made a mistake. Yes, my logic was slippery. Yes, I shouldn't have said this, and so forth. I've done this so much, having the models critique each other's responses, that I know that almost every output has holes in its argument, and none of them is bulletproof. So even though you're a domain expert and you have the ability to tell when the model is actually giving you good advice or not, it's always best to have an objective set of standards that you can use to test the outputs that it's giving you. Because if the model can only tell you what you already know, then why do you need the model? So here's a 3-step system that you can use to find out whether you should use Fable 5, GPT 5.6, or any other model. Step number 1, you want to think about the workflows that you're doing every single week, and you want to pick 3 of them. And if you can, try to make sure that there are different things, like maybe their strategy and thinking, or their writing and content creating, or there's something you're building or executing. Step number 2, you want to make sure you give both models the same assignment. That means the same context, the same restraints, the same criteria, the same output format, everything. And what I suggest that you do is use a model that's not going to be involved in the comparison, like Grok or Gemini, and have them write the prompt for you, because the other models can remember what they wrote in another conversation. And that way you know the model didn't write a prompt that was most favorable to itself. And then all you want to do is run the prompt and do this a couple of times with a couple of different assignments until you get a good feel for the difference in the outputs. And then you want to start asking yourself some questions about the work that it performed. And these are just a couple of questions you can ask. There are plenty more that you can ask, but one of the first ones you want to ask is, how well did it understand the job? How much explaining did you have to do with the model? How many corrections did you have to make? You also want to ask yourself things like, did it create friction? Was it troublesome? Was it hard to use? Was it a difficult experience? How did I feel using it? Because even though you might not be able to put it into words, you're probably picking up on some mental frustrations. You feel thwarted. You feel like you can't reach your goal using this model. And those are some clear signs that it might not be the right model for you. And the last type of questions you should be asking yourself is, did it produce usable work? There's a silent pandemic right now where a lot of people are using AI more than they should be. The promise of AI was that we would use it less because AI will be doing the work or producing the work faster and at a higher quality for us. But a lot of people are having a very opposite experience. They're spending a lot of time trying to get AI to produce good work for them at a high quality, at a high speed. And it's very difficult. It's a very big problem in the AI space right now that a lot of people are feeling the frustration from, but they don't talk about. And so you want to ask yourself, which one of these models actually gave me the best work that I could actually use? And I'll be honest with you, sometimes it's not the model. Sometimes it's the context that you give the model. Sometimes it's the operating system that you have built around the model. And that's why I created my own operating system that takes all of my years of chat history and distills it into pure intelligence that traces all of the right decisions, wrong decisions, all of the right logical steps that I made, all of the wrong steps I made, every important framework, every decision, every correction. And it's a living system that's on my machine that works with any model out of the box. And if you want early access to it, make sure you click the link in the description to get on the wait list. And as soon as I release it to the public, you'll be the first to know. And instead of watching 3 to 5 videos with people showing you their video game demos that they created with Fable 5 versus GPT 5.6, just ask each model to do some real work for you and see which one can do the best. And let that be the judge. If you got value out of the video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And as always, take care, have a great day. And now see you in this next video where we talk about GPT Voice Live.